Well, everyone, we are now in season 2 of the Changemaker podcast. I'm super excited because honestly, I have no idea how we're going to do a season 3 after this. The content is so good. The interviews have been amazing and we've got such great guests. Now, when we started 2020, did we ever think it would look like this? Well, that's what this whole season of the Changemaker podcast is all about. What does it look like now? What have we been walking through? What is it looking like as we go forward? And I'm hearing over and over again, for all of us who love a good 5-year plan, actually, that's not me. I like a good 1-year plan so that I can flex. But for all of those people who like a good 5-year plan, like boards, for example, of nonprofit organizations, that's kind of out the window right now, isn't it? We're working in 3-month sprints and we are learning as we go. And as leaders, we have, I think, realized how much we have to learn. The space that we serve is changing and the people that we serve are walking through this with us. I don't know if we were prepared for this, but I'm seeing in so many ways through so many interviews, and you're going to hear it, how people were really actually being prepared long before we knew that this was going to happen. So some of the things that I have been learning from our incredible guests, who are people like Allison Alley and Michael Messenger and Shawn Plummer and Andy Harrington and Shaila Visser. And I could just keep going on and on and on. Phenomenal guests this season. What I'm learning from them is, you know what? We're not all in the same boat. That's the reality, isn't it? But we are in this together and we get to learn together. I'm learning that it's okay that we've been having to do this leadership and life thing a little bit afraid in 2020, and that it's okay to change. It's okay to say we can't do certain things anymore. And it's okay to say we've got to do things differently now. We've been able to do things that we actually should have probably been doing before a global pandemic hit. One of the comments that we said was, Zoom was created before March 2020, although it didn't seem like it because we just hadn't pivoted the way we do things. And how tired are we of that word pivot? I think at this stage, and one of the things we're learning, we're all a bit tired. It's been a tough year and we need friends to walk through this with. So the season 2 of the Changemakers podcast really is all about you getting to make some new friends with leaders across the country, hearing what they're walking through and what they're learning, what we're learning. You're even going to get to sit in on kind of honestly, a coaching session with me and my coach, Jillian. That will be one either that you really should miss. Don't listen to that one if you don't want the private thoughts of Ellen Graf-Martin, or definitely listen in if you could use a coach in this season. We are in it together. This season's going to be so good. So definitely tune in, subscribe to get notifications of every episode. Make sure you have subscribed. If you want, go back and listen to season 1. There are some absolute gold in season 1. And make sure to download episodes and leave reviews. Please review our episodes because I want to know what you like and what you want to hear more of, and just help other people find the Changemaker podcast as well. We want this to go as far and wide as we can, not because I want to be famous and have the biggest podcast, but so that the greatest number of people can be encouraged and know that they're not alone as they lead in this crazy season and long beyond. It's a changing season, everyone. And how perfect that this is the Changemaker podcast. See, that was one of the ways we were being prepared. We started this last fall, long before we knew a global pandemic was going to change everything. Here we are. So we're being changed. We're making change. Let's be change makers together. So again, tune in, season 2, launching September 16th.